everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and I'm outside giving my garden a little TLC, and in return, my garden is giving me some TLC too. So I'm a firm believer that a healthy, beautiful garden grows because the gardener is excited about being in the garden. So I've always said that make your garden a space that's going to be something that you love being in. And every morning I come out before the sun really comes up, and I just sit out here and I just listen. And the garden always plays such a beautiful song of hummingbirds and bees buzzing and lizards trying to hunt down insects, and it's so calming, and it makes me really appreciate just things in life, you know, whether it's just watching things grow or just being able to appreciate the calm and the peace. Because, you know, I have a garden in a very loud city, but it's still just this little section is just my calm and peace. So we have the first sight of some okras, and I am excited because I count down the number of days until it's okra season because I love making gumbo. So I'm going to be collecting some okra today, and I'll show you guys what I have. I think I only have like 3 or 4 of them, but that's 3 or 4 closer to a big pot of gumbo. So I usually hold off until my okra is about this size, and you're gonna want to pick it with some shears to cut it, because you don't just want to pull okra off. So I have 1, 2, and I think this one can come 2, so 3. So I'm gonna grab this real quick. So I ended up with 3 beautiful okras. I'm so excited about this, guys. This is the start of a beautiful relationship between me and those okra plants. So I'm gonna throw those in my little box here. Now, one thing I learned yesterday through Facebook is that you can steam chamomile leaves and stems, and it's not just the flowers. Now, chamomile, you guys know, is one of the plants I hate growing in my garden because it looks like a weed and it doesn't bring me much joy, but I do love chamomile tea. I can drink chamomile tea every night, and in the past I've always used tea bags because I never grow enough chamomile tea. And chamomile tea, when you grow it in your garden, tastes so much better than when you're doing it with a tea bag. And I've only ever used the flowers. So I have been wasting all of this precious growing time not knowing that I can steam the leaves and the stems too as well. So my chamomile looks like a giant weed, and I am getting ready to cut it back, prune it up, and dry it so that then I have some fresh tea. See guys, this is truly a love and hate relationship. Look at how weedy this looks. But I think that I can take it all the way back here and just start drying these and start my jar of chamomile tea. Look at this, guys. This is a lot of tea. I think, you know, me and this chamomile plant might have a better relationship now that I know that I can prune it heavily so it doesn't just look like a giant weed in my garden. So it smells so good too. If you guys aren't growing chamomile, it may not look the prettiest, but it's so worth it. The benefits that it has with just being able to give you a good night's rest alone are amazing. Guys, I wanted to take a minute too to show you my compost. Now, I did not put this in my beds yet because I wanted to show you guys how I mended with the worm tea and the fish fertilizer. So I didn't, since I had put it on top of the wood chips, I didn't want to then take up all the wood chips and put on the compost, which is usually what I should have done first. So for right now, I just make sure that I water the compost because you don't want it to dry out. So guys, just when I thought this tomato plant gave me everything that it can, it started giving me new leaves and new little buds. So I put some fish fertilizer and some worm castings and some worm tea on it, and soon it'll get more compost. I'm going to take off maybe some of the older branches and just fill it up with some compost. And I'm going to stick one of those basil plants right there to kind of protect it through the rest of the summer. Basil and tomatoes love to grow together, so let's look forward to another round of these amazing tomatoes. So when you become a gardener, you have to remember that everything has some form of life to it. So even your dirt and your soil and your compost, you might just think that, oh, it's just dirt and soil, and you may not see anything crawling in it, but there's still all different types of just life just beaming in there. There's funguses, there's bacterias, and just like you, they need water too. So, especially here in the desert because it is a gajillion degrees. So this was pretty much just a video about, I don't know, nothing. Sometimes you just have those moments where you sit and you just really, really appreciate, and I felt like sharing that today. Just my appreciation for just all of this and all of the happiness that it brings me and just the calm that it brings me. So not everything's a lesson. Sometimes it's just a little bit of appreciation. Although I do feel like that chamomile spot was a little bit of a lesson because I didn't know that. So I hope you guys are just having a beautiful week, and I hope you guys are having as much calm in your garden as I am, because it's getting hotter and hotter and I get to spend a lot less time in here. But early in the morning, this right here is my favorite spot. So, bye guys! Grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food.